As you know, our community, the Jewish Russian-speaking community of Canada, was affected mostly by the hardships of the elections. Originally, we specifically asked the elections committee to make sure that seniors will have easier way to vote, like for example, paper ballots or something like that. The decision was to not do it. We specifically asked to make sure that the description will be in other languages other than English and French, including Russian in our case. And it was the decision of the Central Election Committee in Jerusalem to do so, but it wasn't done. Then again, it was a decision of Central Election Committee with with us questioning them about that people will have to have different options to pay, like including debit cards. Like in our community specifically, the number of people who don't have credit cards is proportionally is the biggest, not comparably biggest. Those people, I mean, some credit cards, the debit Visas or debit Mastercards work, other debit cards didn't, and it affected terribly our community, for example. None of our seniors were able to vote, none. And it's really, really a problem. Also, when we discussed the processes, it was my suggestion to not charge $2 because it was not about money. It was about
It's
making,
$5, not two.
no, it was $2.
Was it two? Okay. On the Americans was five.
In
Right. Sorry.
American,
Let me
yeah.
take. I'll take that out. Yeah.
Right. It was $2. But it's not for the money basically. It's the way to check if people actually live in Canada. So my suggestion was to ask people to write their ID number. It's like people vote in Israel. You put your Taudat Zehut number and that's it. That's how voting happens in Israel.
Your passport or your permanent residence status. Yeah.
Or whatever document, the legal ID. Just put your number. You can easily check it. But no, the decision was that people have to pay specifically to check that they live in Canada, and the way how you do it was the most complicated. So our community was affected like tremendously by the hardships of voting, and I have to say that we got the result, not the one that we expected, specifically because of that. And the overall feeling is not so good because like people are upset that they wanted to vote but they were not able to vote at all. Like no seniors. We tried to go to different organizations that work with Russian-speaking seniors, but organizations like UJA specifically told them to not allow us to speak with them. But CZF also never did that. So our seniors were not able to vote, period. Anyways, but I'm not blaming anyone.
Well, hang on a second. It's important that I just understand something. So, do you have any idea what the numbers might look like that would not be able to vote? Are we talking 1,000 people? Are we talking 2,500? Or you don't know?
Okay, so we have 23,500 people on our list. I believe that below 3,000 actually voted, and none of seniors voted from our community. Generally speaking, there are about 400,000 Jews in Canada, and overall, for all the slates, it was only about 18,000 people voted. So it's not a very good representation, actually. And I think next time we'll have to do a better job with that.